Morning, guys. It is Sunday morning, reasonably early. Kids aren't up yet. Wife's out doing something else. I woke up to find my buddy Joe Mobley over at Feral Woodcraft done a video about tinders working in concert. So I figured, I got the backyard to myself, nobody around except for my rooster, who'll probably crow at some point during this video. But I'd do my own take on this. Again, this was tinders working in concert together. Joe had a little trouble with his. He managed to slice his thumb open pretty good. Hope that heals up quick for you, buddy. That sucks. I've done it before. Yeah, sorry I haven't had my coffee yet. It's probably a mistake getting in front of camera without coffee. The tinders working in concert, what does that mean? He said I'll give you the link to Joe's video. He's the one that did this first. I figured I'd just show you my take on it. I just came out to the backyard. I made some cedar shavings right here. I made these coarser than I normally would. Normally I'll do a mixture. If I'm just doing a fire off of shavings themselves, I'll do a mixture of the real coarse stuff that's going to act as fuel and really have too much fine stuff in here. Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot of fine stuff. This is finer, but I'll go finer than that yet if I'm just doing a fire based solely on shavings. But if you have multiple tinder sources, you can take your shavings like this that are going to act as your fuel, and you can mix in other tinders. In this case, I have some cedar bark. I have lots of cedar here. I got that simply from taking the cedar log, taking the back of my knife, the spine, and scraping it up. And with the cedar bark, and I've got an excellent flash tinder. This is cattail. I get a big bag of it. I harvest it when I can. The way Joe showed how to do this was to take your fuel and then make layers of your other tinder inside the fuel. So, hold on, let me reset the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, how Joe did this was to take his shavings, his wood shavings, his fuel source, and mix in that next layer on the inside like a bird's nest, and then take the flash tinder inside there and kind of roll it around. That works. Joe did it even with only half a thumb on one of his hands. I've found that what happens though, when you compress this down like this, it's a little harder to start. And that's simply because with it compressed, it's not all fluffed up. It's not getting the oxygen that it needs to flash up properly. So typically what I'll do, I'll take my other tinder source and I'll mix it. A healthy dose of this stuff. It's all in here. But it's all mixed together. my theory behind that is it's going to allow more oxygen, it's going to light easier. So let me transfer this over to the log and we'll try it. Alright, I'm using the back of my knife, skookum bush tool, good short 90-degree spine. If you're doing this at home, Joe, don't wrap your thumb over the edge. You'll cut yourself. Sorry, couldn't resist. And a Swedish light my fire steel. I've got my flash tinder, I've got my intermediate, my birch bark in here. Or not my birch bark, my my cedar bark, fluffed up cedar bark, and the cedar shavings. All in here mixed up at the same time. Let's see what we can do with that. Flash tinder catches right away. Maybe I don't have enough intermediate stuff in here. Oh. Well, as Joe pointed out, good to have your fuel source on top. There she goes. Just had to reconfigure it a little bit. You see how easy that was to start. Flash tinder catches real easy, but it doesn't stay lit. But when you keep it all fluffed up like that, I don't know, I think it works a little easier. I find it works easier when you have it mixed up and able to oxygenate itself, if that makes any sense. I don't know, like I said, I haven't even had coffee yet. I might not be making any sense, but in any case, that was my take on tinders working in concert with each other. I'm probably lacking a little bit of detail in my description, but Joe's got plenty of detail in his video. See? What did I tell you? Joe's got plenty of stuff or description in his video, so I'm going to give you a link to his video anyway. Check it out. That's that. I need coffee. I need breakfast.